Now, do you know that the school of life has lessons that are so vital that many of us overlook? Life comes with a lot of lessons that teaches us things that are so valuable in our own standards of living that may shift the way we look at things, our perspective, and even the behavior and responses towards different circumstances. Over the last about 60 days, I've been doing my workouts to get my body into shape. And as I said before in other videos, this was necessitated by the idea that I needed to cut down and be fit enough to continue picking up with my hiking and mountain climbing activities. Because if you become heavy and unfit, there's a lot of things that you cannot do. But while at it, I realized that our minds are so powerful that when we train it to guide and guard our lives against certain challenges, it picks it up and does a very, very good job. Number one thing that I realize is you've got to have a very compelling reason as to why you want to undertake a certain mission or a certain project or a concept if you prefer. When you have a strong reason for why you want to do it, tell yourself that you are going to stop at nothing until you achieve what you intended to achieve in the first place. So for me, when I did my weight check and I realized that I was 90 kilos, I was like, that is not the point. Albert, you've got to go back to 75. And I know for the last 2 years I had been saying, oh, 74, 75 is my standard weight, but I didn't do anything about it. I didn't take any action about it. Then I asked myself, why do I want to bring it down to 75? So when I got my compelling reason, because I realized that that weight was not going to work for me with the kind of sporting activities that I wanted to engage. And number two, being that heavy is not just something that I thought I wanted to be really party to. And so, what makes you make the decisions that you need to make? Could it be health? Could it be riches? Could it be going up the academic scales in terms of just going up the academic ladder by you studying? Could it be that you just want peace in a certain way to do certain things? Put finger onto something that works for you and decide that there is no stopping, there is no turning back until you achieve progress. And progress you will achieve. Why? Because when you train your mind that there are certain routines, certain habits that you have to do, whether it is hourly, whether it is daily, whether it is weekly, but you just have to learn to get yourself onto a habit. Developing habits takes a powerful mindset. Developing habits takes commitment, dedication, and consistency. Because many times, like I've also said in other videos, it's very easy to quit, to give up, to slow down, or to just say another day will come. But when you have vowed to yourself that this is the bare minimum I will accept from my own activities, then you make it happen. When that small inner voice tells you, no, just let it go for today, just let it slide, just do one, two, three, ask yourself, how will this impact on the overall goal? How will this impact on your timelines? How will this impact on what you aim to achieve? And is it worth losing many of the things that you have pre-done just because you want to feel lazy, because you're feeling a little bit tired, because the mood is not really like very right? All these things continue to happen in our daily lives, whether it is education, health, the pursuit of greatness, money, big house, anything that you want in life, you must consider working on it like a great project. And do not turn to the left, not even to the right, no matter how many things may want to distract you. Focus on the objective, focus on the goal. You can tweak and change a few things moving along, but always focus on what you want to achieve. And so I realize that if this is the perspective that you treat life with, when you get to something that you realize it has no option, but it has to be done, then your mind the universe will always gather together to deliver what you powerfully and so intently believes in. But why then don't we do these things? Why don't we create good habits? Why don't we pursue great objectives and projects? It is simply because we have never gotten to a level of making it a compelling milestone. We just live as if one day will come and another one will go. The sun will rise and the sun will set after all. So you just flow and glide with the tide. But when you have an objective, when you have a goal, when you have something you are set to achieve, trust me, you will work out the mechanisms and the means to make it happen. But when you just flow and glide with the tide, the ebb and flow will catch up with you. And time will go, time will pass, time will never be recovered. So, how painful is it to look back and look at all the time that you have wasted? And why do you waste time in the first place? Because it's very easy to believe that you have so much time ahead of you. But when that second is gone, when that minute is gone, when that hour is gone, when that day is gone, trust me, it is gone. You will not recover it ever again. And that deposit has been emptied and depleted. So, what are we talking about? It is important for you to treat life like the biggest ever project you signed up for. And I know I said that in my Project Life video, which I did before. And here we are still picking on with other amazing steps as we move. Because I have a very specific goal, and I know that I want to be 75 kilograms by the time we turn June 30th, 2025. And that's what I need to do. So as I move towards that goal, obviously I have to get my measurable milestones. You know, what are the things that I'm doing? How am I changing month on month? And where am I heading to with this project? Because, like now, I know in January it was about diet and a little bit of workout. February, I continued with the workout and I built up different working out sessions. That is why I started off at a lower level and kept on increasing and increasing. If I was doing 10 press ups, I do 20. If I was doing 60 rope skippings, I now do 100. If I was doing 20 push ups, I've now gotten to 40. And after 40, I've started doing 40 in the morning and 40 in the evening. So I've now doubled that effort. When we come on to March, I will start now jogging, actively going to the field and track. By the time we get to April, I will now be hitting the gym. And this is a plan that I want to steadily be able to get to make my fitness happen. And so, why am I talking about this today? This is simply to let us know that life has lessons that can make us very, very successful if we apply the very, very tactics, skills, and methodologies to everything that we do out there. The only challenge is we look at life like this long term project that we do not care what happens in the inputs that we give it every other day. But if we start looking at life in a step by step projection, trust me, you will consider your milestones, you will evaluate your successes, you will want accountability for it, and everything will begin happening. But this is not how we've been trained to lead our lives. This is not how we are taught, even in school, to do certain things. And so we become an entire population of people who do not have any specific objectives, targets, and goals that we aim for. And we just live life as a by the way. Whatever comes, easy come, easy go. Turn right, turn left. And we just continue to exist. But if we all lived our lives like projects, trust me, we would have a great time. So this morning I woke up and I was looking at a channel showing the biggest ever moving water vessel that was being contracted by a team of close to 3,000 over 2 years. Trust me, when you look at some of those mega projects, then you realize what the detailed planning and execution mechanisms can do even to our own lives. And indeed, that inspired me. Because every piece was articulately designed and planned by different people. and at very different locations. And by the end of the day, they were on time. They dealt with all the challenges that came, and the ship was delivered to start its voyage. That is what life is all about. So when you look at how people diligently go out there to work, you realize that we waste so much time. So everything needs discipline, commitment, consistency, and over and above all, a very compelling reason. And that's what I wanted to share today. So thank you so much for being on the channel. Thank you for following. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, and even those who share. Chief Leon Ogodo, the man who is running Leatherwalk. Poeta Dennis out there. Lillian Nyango doing her stuff out there. Evelyn, Timeless by Diva. That's going on. Definitely giving Hanifa, my one and only daughter, her great and a great crochet by Nifa. George Nyawade, my amazing friend, knowledgeable, friendly, down to earth, and doing all the great things out there. Guys, let's make it happen. And obviously, thanking the family for allowing me to constantly be a great person as I reflect upon my life. Big up to you all. Thank you to the 467 subscribers. You are definitely doing a great job.